This is our last stage for the day. My score is already in the dumpster, and I'm going to try and set it on fire more in this stage with a 1911 that requires lots and lots of hits and a spinner, so it's going to be awesome. All right, shooter begins standing next to this tire because we don't have start boxes. We're kind of low class. Pistol loaded and holstered, no rifle. At buzzer, shooter will acquire one hit on the static long-range target, then neutralize the plate rack. Shooter will move to position 2, the other illustrious tire. Acquire one hit on the static target, and then neutralize the Katie targets. Shooter will move to position 3, the other awesome tire. Acquire one hit on the static target, and then spin the spinner target fully. Anything less than 3 hits on the static target will be scored as a miss. Any KD targets or plates left standing will be scored as a miss. Not spinning the spinner target is a 60-second penalty. Quitting early means you get the part-time plus penalties regardless of when you quit. This includes running out of ammo, which I am surely going to do. Let's see what happens. Oh yeah, it holds no ammo. Oh, it malfunctions. Oh wow, that was good timing.
You're doing pretty good with it.
Oh, they don't drop free.
Don't eat them, they're not ripe.
Why would they drop free? Oh, woo! Fuck yeah!
Almost there.
Come on, baby.
Got it!
Over.
Come on, baby.
Overed.
Stand by. There you go. Take your time. That's it. To the right. You're low. I can't even tell. Okay. That's it.
So, stage 3, I had my dumpster fire explode into a shower of sparks. Yep, at that point I kicked into mandatory fun mode when we went into the pistol stage because I'm like, a 1911 with a spinner and multiple plate racks and a long range target. Oh boy,
This was a chance for me to actually win a match.
it legitimately was.
I've yet to actually win one of these matches against you.
You beat me on stages.
I've won stages, but I've never won an actual complete match.
Well, I will guarantee this. That day's coming.
Eventually, maybe.
Okay.
We'll see.
So at any rate, today was potentially that day because on stage 3, I really cratered.
I went into this stage with a 24-second lead on you.
You did. And then I shot the pistol stage, and I did not shoot it impressively.
No, you gave me an opening there.
I shot it, I finished it, but not well.
I did actually really quite well on everything up to the spinner.
So what happened? I wasn't watching, honestly.
Missed a lot. The key to the spinner is you don't miss. By the way, if you haven't shot a spinner, the key to the spinner is don't miss.
That's generally the key to any target.
But especially so with the spinner.
Were you engaging both the top and bottom plate?
No.
Just the bottom?
I occasionally tried the top when all else was completely failing. Once or twice, I think I took a shot at the top because I had finished a reload and the top was a good timed target, and the bottom I would have just had to sit there and wait.
Yep.
But I'd say 75% of the time on just the bottom. I don't know. I guess it had to be trigger control because I felt like I was getting good sight pictures, but I wasn't making hits.
This 1911 is zeroed. We've used it before, so the sights are okay.
Yeah. It's a great gun.
But what does that tell us about some of these old guns?
It actually is kind of like the rifles. That's an obsolete pistol.
It is an obsolete pistol. People still use them today.
You know, I've had people ask me recently, what gun do you carry? Or what are your recommendations for carrying older historical guns? And often when that comes up, someone will ask, hey, are you still carrying that Ballester Molina?
Yes, because you did at one point.
I did. And the answer is, goodness gracious, no. No. In fact, I carry the most modern and capable pistol I can come up with, which is, in fact, a red dot Glock.
You know, this is honestly a good piece of introspection on your part, because what made that shift? What changed your mind on that?
I want a gun that's effective.
Was it match environments that changed your paradigm, or because
probably
something shifted your perspective?
Probably matches, yeah. Recognizing that when you actually have to shoot under stress on a clock, old historical guns are often at a huge disadvantage.
Yeah.
Which is kind of what we saw today overall. As you said on the last stage, you can usually make like 2 of the stages work pretty well, sometimes 3, but there's pretty much always an explosion somewhere. Something just goes horrifically wrong when you're shooting a match with old guns. And I think that's an important thing for new shooters to realize. We get a lot of people who see video like this, they're like, oh, that's awesome, I'm going to go to my first match and I'm going to shoot it with a Mosin Nagant and a Nagant revolver, or any number of legitimately interesting old guns. And it's like, oh boy, I hope you guys know what you're getting into, because it's rough.
Right. Don't let this discourage you from shooting matches. That's not the point here at all. But what we are saying is that when you're using this gear, a World War I style 1911, an Eddystone.
This, by the way, is this is an April of 1918 rifle.
That thing's in beautiful shape too,
Yeah,
by the way.
I love this rifle.
I hopefully didn't get beat up too much today.
No, it's fine.
An Ishapore 2A or whatever. There's nothing wrong with that, and we do that here a lot, and it is enjoyable from a historicity perspective. But you have to go into this knowing you're going into this screwed before you start.
Yep.
These guns just don't hold up. They were not really that great in World War I, but it was the best they had.
Right.
By World War II, this stuff was already obsolete. It already was, and America showed that, not because America won the war, but because they really showed that in terms of their engagements.
And I would say, I would throw the Soviet Union.
Yeah, they did too.
The Soviet Union adopted a self-loading rifle basically at the same time that the United States did. They just had a lot more guys that had to make rifles.
To bring in a lot more of your historical knowledge, the Germans were trying to do that way early.
Oh yeah, the Germans were trying to do it in the 20s, more in the 30s, and they actually finally pulled it off in the war, which is kind of impressive.
This semi-automatic rifle thing, which has been on the books since 1920-something, wasn't ready yet.
Right.
Say the Kar 98K.
Yep.
And so, but that was an obsolete gun right out the gate.
Oh, totally obsolete. Yeah.
And the SVT-40 proves that. The M1 Garand proves that.
Yep.
Obviously, the Germans' efforts trying so hard to bring out the G43, the G41, and the STG-44 proves that they knew that they were screwed with the gun they had.
Yeah.
And so that's what that is. So bringing this out is interesting to learn lessons about the gun, but you have to go into this realizing you are really jumping straight into the deep end of the pool.
Yeah.
And there's a tide pool trying to pull you down in it.
This is, I would say, of all World War I rifles, this is the worst, except for all of the others. I think that's a fair way to sum up.
This is the worst except for all of the others.
And with the pistols, if you're looking at World War I pistols, the worst two are the Luger and the 1911, except for all the others.
Yeah. But that doesn't mean you don't appreciate it, because obviously you do.
absolutely I do. And I enjoy shooting them. It's just occasionally frustrating to be on the clock. And then, let me put it this way. The stages when, like with me, stage 3, when you can bring out an old gun and kick ass with it, but the inevitable explosion is always depressing.
A stage away.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's always going to happen.
And if you watch our videos enough, you're going to realize, if you look at it, that really is.
It always happens. Every time you bring an old gun, one of those stages is just going to explode on you.
And some of it's because modern stages are designed because they have a modern interpretation of what conflict is. Because let's be honest, even in World War I, we realized that most engagements were not at 600 meters.
Sure. Yeah.
They were generally close range.
Yeah.
But the equipment didn't catch up with that until World War II. Everyone knew that this long range thing wasn't real.
Even I would say the concept didn't really catch up with people until a year into the fighting on the Eastern Front.
Yes.
When the Germans finally went, okay, we want a short cartridge, and the Russians finally went, okay, we just want a lot of submachine guns.
Which really explains when you see the Finns with their submachine gun winning the Winter War. The Russians going, oh,
Hey, that looks good.
and then all of a sudden trying to put out as many PPSH-41s and 43s as possible.
Right.
The rifle was like, yeah, we got those, but man, let's get some guns.
Yeah.
They didn't even care that it could only shoot 100 yards.
Right.
It was almost irrelevant.
Yeah.
So, anyways, that's the lessons learned from today. I would say, to be honest, on the rifle, you beat me today.
I absolutely did. I kicked your ass with the rifle.
You did.
Because of one stage, but I am actually kind of happy that it wasn't because of a literal malfunction.
No, you legitimately, fairly beat me. The Ishapore 2A succeeded and made it through the match without a malfunction.
Yep.
That's an interesting event. And the pistol stuff put together made it so that ultimately, in the overall scores, I beat you.
Yeah.
But if we're going to be honest, if we're talking about rifles today, that's the winner.
I still want to beat you at a match.
You will.
The whole match. 4 stages.
Probably
One day.
You probably won't beat me at all 4.
Well, no, aggregate of 4 stages.
You want to beat me in the match in the total aggregate score.
I want to beat you without having to say, well, if we do the scores, but we leave out this or that or these 3 things.
I know, but I'm just analyzing the guns for what it is, and with the rifle, you handily got me today.
Yeah. And we kind of, that's what we expected going.
It is what we
because
expected.
this is a better rifle.
Yep. So guys, hopefully you enjoy this kind of stuff. I know that the historical gun stuff is actually the most popular matches we do.
Good. It should be.
Yeah, it is, because it's, you know what, you don't see it, it's unique and interesting, and it's not a lesson we get to see learned anywhere else.
Right.
So it is something unique to InRange. If you like that stuff, please consider supporting us on Patreon. We are truly wholly viewer supported.
Yep.
If you hear otherwise, they're lying to you. This is Patreon only. Maybe we'll find other ways. We got a little bit of merch out there, but Patreon is what keeps us alive, and it's you, the viewer, that does that. So please consider doing it. If you can't, share the channel with your friends, because we're hearing from people that because we're demonetized, YouTube is not promoting our stuff.
No, YouTube promotes the stuff that they run ads on.
So please promote us for us. Be our bio bots to promote content you like. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Oh, yeah! It holds no ammo. Oh, it malfunctioned. Oh, wow, that was good timing.
To the right.
Oh, they don't drop free.
Don't eat them, they're not ripe.
Why would they drop free?
I can't even tell. Okay.
Oh, woo! Yeah.
Almost there.
Come on, baby.
Got it.
Over. Come on, baby.
Overed.
That's it. He's out.